We are now going to focus in on the normal random variable. A normal random variable for the rest of the chapter. If a relative frequency histogram has a symmetric and bell shape to it, we're going to say that the random variable is normal and the curve follows a normal curve. So this graph that you see on the screen represents a normal curve. It's sometimes called a bell curve. Any ideas why? Because it looks like the profile of a bell. Very nice. We are always rather ingenious in math and statistics and coming up with our names and stuff. By the way, normal is not a word meant to say that anything that is not following this shape abnormal. The word normal was coined by Frederick Gauss, and he named it as such because it happens a lot. You actually see these variables a lot, so it's normal to see a normal random variable. Okay. If a continuous random variable is normally distributed or has a normal probability distribution, then the relative frequency histogram of that random variable has the shape of a normal curve, which is to say bell-shaped and symmetric. What I want to do is point out to you the key features of this normal curve. First and foremost, notice that the high point of the curve is at the mean. There are two key points on the normal curve besides the high point. They are called inflection points. Inflection points are discussed quite often in calculus. It basically represents a point where the curvature changes. Like, for example, this inflection point says that instead of the graph being shaped this way, which is decreasing at an increasing rate, it's shaped this way. So that point where the curvature changes is your inflection point. And the same goes over here. It goes from curvature that way to curvature that way. So this is an inflection point as well. The inflection points on a normal curve occur at one standard deviation on either side of the mean. You should also notice the symmetry about the mean. You see it? In other words, if I split the graph right down the middle, right down the mean, you get a mirror reflection on either side. Agree? The total area under this curve must be equal to 1. Because of the symmetry about the mean, the area under the curve to the right of mu is going to equal, what do you think? A half. And the area under the curve to the left of the mean is also going to be 1/2. Now, although the graph here implies that the graph is touching the x-axis around here, that in fact is not the case. If I blew up this region right here, there's your horizontal axis. The graph gets closer and closer to, but never actually touches the horizontal axis. In math, we call this asymptotic behavior. In other words, the graph gets closer and closer to the horizontal axis, but never actually touches the horizontal axis as x gets bigger or as x gets smaller. So what role does mu and sigma play in the graph of a normal curve? Well, the figure on top here shows you the role that mu plays. Here's in red is a graph with the mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. Because the standard deviation is 1, the inflection points occur at -1 and positive 1. Again, the inflection points are 1 standard deviation on either side of the mean. Notice that the high point of the curve is at 0 because the mean is 0. Here's a normal curve where the mean is 3 and the standard deviation is 1. Because the mean is 3, the graph is shifted 3 units to the right. So now the high point is at mu is 3. Because the standard deviation is 1, the inflection points occur at 2 and 4. Because again, the inflection points occur where?
1 standard deviation.
1 standard deviation on either side of the mean. The area under both the red curve and the blue curve is going to equal 1. In the blue curve, what's the area under the curve to the right of 3? The area under the blue curve to the right of 3. 1/2. Because of the symmetry, the area under the curve to the right of the mean is the same as the area under the curve to the left of the mean is equal to 1/2 because the area under the total curve has to be 1. Okay, so that's basically the role that mu plays. What role does sigma play? So in the graph on the bottom, I have a graph where the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 2 in blue. I have a graph where the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1 in red. What role does sigma play in the graph? What does it cause the graph to do? More spread out, because sigma is a measure of spread. Because the graph is more spread out, vertically the graph appears to compress, right? The reason that the graph becomes vertically compressed, if you will, is due to the fact that the area under the curve, in order for it to be a density function, must be 1. So is it clear what role sigma plays? Spread. More spread out. Notice the inflection points on the blue curve are at what values? -2 and 2, because the inflection points occur where? One standard deviation on either side of the mean.